Hi, welcome to Movies Moment. Today we are going to explain a movie called Monster Hunter. Spoilers ahead. Subscribe if you like this and catch us on the next one. Take care.
The movie opens in an exotic, alternative world filled with huge monsters. A sand ship captained by the formidable admiral sails through the dunes. Their journey is destined for a mysterious portal, a gateway between worlds. However, their voyage takes a dangerous turn when they're ambushed by Diablos, a monster lurking in the sandy surface. The crew narrowly escapes the clutches of the monster, but not without casualty. Their comrade, Hunter, is stranded in the desert. Captain Natalie and her unit embark on a mission to unearth the fate of a vanished squad in the vast desert. But their expedition takes a surreal twist as they encounter a rapidly approaching storm. Despite their frantic efforts to evade, the storm swallows them, transporting them through a portal to the monster-ridden world. Upon arrival, the bewildered soldiers stumble upon the remnants of the missing team. They retreat to their vehicles only to be confronted by Hunter, who fires an arrow in a bid to warn them. The soldiers retaliate, but Natalie, discerning the warning, ceases the gunfire. At that critical point, the monstrous Diablos emerges, setting off a frantic pursuit as the soldiers attempt a desperate escape. Hunter intervenes, launching a smoke arrow to hinder the creature, providing the team a narrow escape into a cave. The cave's entrance, too constricted for the huge Diablos, becomes their temporary refuge as the beast leaves them. Soon after, Natalie faces the menacing Nerscylla, a spider-like monstrosity. In a terrifying encounter, the creature traps her with its venomous sting, leaving her paralyzed in its nest among the remains of her team. Waking up after a while, Natalie collects her strength and determination to escape, tearing through the cocoon with her bare hands. Then, Natalie scavenges for anything useful, arming herself with flares and makeshift weapons. As she aids a wounded comrade, a sudden flare illuminates the dark, revealing another Nerscylla poised to attack. In a desperate bid for survival, she fends off the beast with her flare. In a tragic twist, the Nerscylla seizes her comrade and drags him away, turning its focus on Natalie. Her quick thinking leads her to ignite the creature using a flare and an oxygen can, setting ablaze the entire nest. Emerging from the cave into the dawn's light, Natalie finds comfort in the sun's rays that keep the Nerscylla at bay. Climbing a hill, she surveys the endless desert landscape. Soon, Natalie finds herself navigating through rocky terrain, unaware of Hunter's watchful eyes. Her exploration leads her to a shipwreck, where the unexpected happens. Hunter ambushes her. A fierce hand-to-hand combat ensues, with Hunter ultimately restraining Natalie. He binds her hands and takes her to his cave, a safe haven from the dangerous outside. As dawn breaks, Hunter steps out to survey the storm and the lurking monsters. When Hunter returns, a vigorous fight breaks out, tumbling them both out of the cave and dangerously close to the Nerscylla's nest. In a critical moment, Natalie saves Hunter from falling into the nest, cutting his bindings in a gesture of trust. Communicating through gestures and broken phrases, Natalie and Hunter form an uneasy alliance. They both want to return to their respective worlds, but Diablos, the fearsome monster, blocks their path. Natalie proposes retrieving weapons from her military vehicles, but Hunter dismisses the idea, believing firearms to be ineffective against the beasts. Instead, he has a daring plan to kill a Nerscylla, extract its venom, and use it to defeat Diablos. As night descends, Natalie courageously positions herself as bait in the open terrain to lure a Nerscylla. The plan succeeds, drawing the attention of a monstrous spider. Natalie dashes towards the meticulously set trap, leading the Nerscylla into it. The creature is trapped by a rope, and Hunter seizes this moment, leaping from above with his giant sword, delivering a fatal blow that cleaves the spider's head in two. They quickly extract its stinger, a vital component of their plan, and retreat to the cave before more Nerscyllas can swarm them. After a successful first step, Natalie and Hunter turn their attention to the next daunting challenge, defeating the colossal Diablos. Their day begins with meticulous preparation. They ingeniously wrap the venom from the Nerscylla's stinger around an arrow and construct a trap near the shipwreck. Natalie is equipped with armor and trained in the use of formidable weapons, bracing herself for the looming confrontation. As the plan unfolds, they successfully lure Diablos out of its lair. Natalie and Hunter sprint towards the army vehicles. However, their escape is hindered as Diablos burrows under the sand, vanishing from sight. Hunter bravely steps up to distract the beast, allowing Natalie to retrieve her tools. In a swift move, Hunter fires the venom-laced arrow straight into Diablos' eye, provoking it into a frenzied chase. Natalie joins the fight, diverting Diablos' attention with a barrage of gunfire from the car's mounted machine gun. The situation escalates when Diablos overturns the car Natalie is sheltering in. The beast continues its pursuit as she flees. Hunter leaps onto Diablos, driving his sword deep into its head, but the strike is insufficient, and Diablos violently shakes him off, sending him crashing into another vehicle. Despite Hunter's unconscious state, Natalie sees a glimmer of hope. She fires a hook onto Diablos' head, and as the monster moves, it lifts her onto its back. With determined resolve, she thrusts the sword further, delivering the final blow that ends Diablos' reign of terror. In the aftermath of their victory, Natalie gathers all the supplies she can salvage from the wrecked vehicles. She resourcefully cuts a piece of Diablo's tough skin. She drags the unconscious Hunter across the vast desert, a testament to the strength of their newfound alliance. Natalie and Hunter finally stumble upon a peaceful oasis. This peaceful haven is inhabited by gentle herbivorous creatures known as apsaros. The two weary travelers decide to pause and rest in this calm setting. As dusk envelops the oasis, their break is abruptly shattered. A monstrous Rathalos, a fearsome fire-breathing dragon, descends upon the oasis, igniting the surroundings in a fiery blaze. Panic ensues as a herd of terrified apsaros sprints in a desperate attempt to escape the predator. In the ensuing chaos, Hunter swiftly slips away, seeking cover. Natalie, however, finds herself in a dangerous situation, falling amidst the thundering herd. A heroic figure emerges, the Admiral. Using a flaming sword, he fends off the approaching apsaros, creating a protective barrier around Natalie. His timely intervention saves her from certain doom. Once the danger passes, Natalie expresses her gratitude to the Admiral, who surprises her by responding in fluent English. The Admiral unexpectedly renders her unconscious with a swift punch. Regaining consciousness, Natalie discovers herself confined within a cage aboard a ship. She quickly assesses her surroundings, noticing a hatch on the cage floor. Determined to escape, she uses the bench to break the lock and stealthily makes her way into the ship's kitchen. Her attempt to arm herself with a knife is stopped by the Admiral's cat-like companion who stands guard over the kitchen's implements. At that moment, Hunter arrives with reassuring news. Natalie is no longer a captive. He escorts her to meet the Admiral, who extends an apology for the earlier misunderstanding and frees her from her shackles. In a candid conversation, the Admiral reveals his apprehensions about Natalie's world and the potential threats it poses to their realm. Natalie learns from the Admiral that she is not the first individual to have traversed the boundary between their worlds. The Admiral, having encountered others like her before, mastered her language through these previous visitors. The root of these interdimensional crossings, as revealed by the Admiral, is the mysterious Sky Tower, placed at the pinnacle of a mountain encircled by the relentless storm. The crew, including Natalie, is determined to investigate the mysterious tower, but they face a formidable enemy in the form of Rathalos, a fearsome dragon. Understanding the gravity of the situation, the Admiral proposes a deal. If Natalie assists in defeating Rathalos, they will in turn aid her in returning to her own world. Left with little choice, Natalie agrees to the arrangement. As dawn breaks, the crew embarks on their dangerous journey towards the mountain. They eventually reach the vicinity of the Sky Tower. The Admiral advises the team on Rathalos' vulnerability. The creature is weakest just before it unleashes its fiery breath. With this crucial piece of information, the team splits up. In the heat of battle, Rathalos relentlessly pursues Natalie with a barrage of fire. Cornered and desperate, Natalie makes a daring leap off the cliff, only to find herself plunging into a portal that transports her back to her own world. Back on familiar ground, Natalie is swiftly attended to by an army rescue group. They inform her that her unit has been the subject of an extensive search operation. As she is secured onto a stretcher and loaded onto their plane, a sense of relief washes over her. However, this peace is short-lived. The menacing storm reappears above, and with it, Rathalos emerges, flying into Natalie's world, reigniting the terror and chaos. In the intense climax of the story, Natalie, miraculously surviving the devastating plane crash caused by Rathalos, springs into action. Amidst the wreckage, she quickly secures 2 flares from the downed plane. Armed and determined, she charges towards Rathalos, skillfully shooting her hook into its wing. This bold move allows her to close in on the beast, where she then stabs it with a knife. However, just as Rathalos gears up to unleash a potentially deadly attack on Natalie, Hunter intervenes. Emerging with perfect timing, he unleashes a barrage of explosive arrows at Rathalos. His efforts are fruitful, as one of these explosive projectiles finds its mark, lodging itself within the monster. This crucial hit proves to be Rathalos' undoing, finally bringing the ferocious beast down. In the aftermath of this harrowing battle, the Admiral makes a timely appearance. He reveals to Natalie that their intervention was necessary to prevent the monsters from wreaking havoc in her world. The discovery of another portal opened by the Sky Tower, with a menacing creature known as Gore Magala, signals a new and urgent threat. Faced with this escalating danger, Natalie resolves to return to the other world alongside the Admiral and his crew. Their mission: to destroy the Sky Tower, thereby putting an end to the cycle of terror and interdimensional turmoil. The movie concludes on this note, leaving us in anticipation of a sequel that promises to unfold the rest of this gripping tale.